Netflix stock is sliding, as you can see, after its CEO pointed to tough competition in the streaming space. Shares are currently down, as you can see here, about 6%. Speaking earlier on Friday, Reed Hastings said it will be a whole new world when Disney Plus and Apple TV Plus arrive in November. That's not it either. Amazon Prime Video, Hulu are also in the mix, and Warner Media, parent company of this network, and NBC. All of these people set to launch their offerings by next spring. Frank Pallotta is with me now. Frank, I hate to say that everybody predicted this, but they did. Everyone saw this coming. And yet, how come such a frank statement from the CEO really ding this stock today? Did they think that the content was going to just keep Netflix afloat forever?
It's because it's real now. It's really happening. I mean, Reed Hastings has talked about competition before. He says, we welcome competition. More and more people are going to come to streaming. It'll kill everything else, but it won't kill us. We are the king of streaming. And now it's here. We're talking about, Apple TV Plus is November 1st. Disney Plus is going to be November 12th.
And Apple TV, which some huge shows that everybody's talking about.
Yeah, you got The Morning Show, which is the Jennifer Aniston and Reese Witherspoon show. You have Oprah on that one. And then you look at things like HBO Max. They're going to get Friends. Friends made its name on Netflix the last couple of years. The Office is going to go to Peacock, and Disney Plus speaks for itself. It's going to have everything from Marvel to Star Wars to a bunch of other content
and
sports too, because it's going to also be able to bundle with Hulu, which is going to skew more adult, and ESPN Plus, which will have some live sport offerings.
Frank, tell me this. So we talked about cord cutting for years.
Yep.
Okay, so there's no cable. So now we've got all of these streaming things all put together. At the end of the day, does anyone have a vision for where all of this is going to settle out in terms of content, how we're going to consume it, where we're going to consume it, from whom?
I think right now that's what they're all trying to figure out. They're trying to own the future. They're trying to be one of the last ones up. We keep saying streaming war, streaming war. I don't know if it's going to be one above all of them. I think there'll be 4 or 5. Studies have shown that most people want about 4 streaming services. So about 5, 10 years from now, Disney, Apple, Netflix, all the rest of them are going to be one of those 4. They're going to try to be. And I think Netflix does have a lot working in its favor despite the stock kind of taking a hit today. I mean, really think about it. For the last 10 years or the last 5 years, Netflix has been synonymous with streaming. We don't call it Apple TV Plus and chill, do we now?
No, we say we're Netflixing. It's even a verb.
That's right. They created binging. They created all this. They have such a head start, and they're synonymous with the idea of streaming. So they have a lot working in their favor as well.
In terms of the cost to consumers, though, when you look at something like a Netflix, how much are these companies trying to settle out the monthly offering, right? Like what it's going to cost
That's
you.
what's really interesting as well. Is look at something like Apple TV Plus. They're going to offer you $5.99 or even think cheaper than that. I think it might be $4.99. But it's basically free if you buy an iPhone. $6.99 for Disney, $12.99 for the standard plan for Netflix. These are all going to probably change in the next couple years. I mean, Disney's probably going to go up in price. Apple TV Plus might go up in price. We don't even know what HBO Max and Peacock is going to cost yet. These things are going to change, and we're going to really see how much consumers are willing to pay for streaming in the next couple years because they need that money coming from everywhere. I mean, a new Star Wars series is not cheap.
Definitely not, especially with some of the bidding. We've had price wars for some of the content, right?
I mean, we're looking at the perfect example, like Seinfeld. Seinfeld is now on Netflix. Friends had to go over to HBO Max. The Office is going to Peacock. And it was there's some reported numbers out there that we're talking about $400 million. The Big Bang Theory, some reports had it in billions of dollars for the syndication rights and streaming rights. And these are incredible numbers. That money has to come from somewhere. And places like Netflix, the big concern for them is that they don't have a ton of revenue streams beyond the subscriptions. Disney still has its parks, its films, what's ever left of television, its merchandising. But Netflix is really about getting their subscribers to sign up en masse.